Hattie, heel. Heel. Sit. Sit. Good girl. All right, well, here we are back again at Animal Training Development Center. And today we have Hattie with us. And Hattie is a golden retriever and is being trained to become a therapy dog. She certainly has the gift that we can't train, but she already possesses. And so we call that a high supportive dogality type. And the supportive dogality types are very empathetic towards others, very sensitive, very good-willed. If there's a term that's associated with dogs, you hear often called eager to please, that's this dog. So she really does have that supportive side that really is eager to please, and we're seeing that get enhanced through our training. So this is day 5 of our 10-day training program for our Alpha daycare package, and she is really ahead of schedule. So I wanted to show you a little bit about what we've been doing. We've trained her to heel on the left side, and I know that she had a little bit of experience, prior to coming with some obedience, but we've really dressed up that heel position for you, and we want to help you get the same results for yourself. So after you get a chance to watch this video and practice a little bit at home, let's set up one of your private sessions. You get 4 of those with this package, and I'd like to then coach you with the leash in your hands, making sure things are going smoothly for you as well. So the heel position is just at a position in relationship to your body, and she's in that position right now. So her paws and my feet are parallel with each other. She's close enough that I could reach over and touch her, but not so close that she's clingy to my left side. If you ever feel like you can't go in whatever direction you want to go, then your dog isn't probably in the right heel position. So you should have complete freedom of motion, and she should stay with you as you give this heel command verbally in that position. So watch as we do this. We're going to lead with our inside foot, the leg closest to her when we give the heel command, and that way later that'll become a signal for her and not just a verbal word. But we're going to go ahead and do both now. Heel, and as you see, she jumps right into position. She, like a lot of dogs, has a tendency to just be a little bit too far ahead at times, so you'll often see me checking back, and anytime I do, no, heel. I want to use that word no as I make the tug, and then repeat the words she's not doing. In this case, it's that heel command. And then more than anything in the heel command, you just want to keep walking all at the same time. So it's a little bit like rubbing your belly, patting your head, and blowing a bubble all at the same time in terms of coordination, but in time, good. It gets to come together and look real smooth, and it's a really wonderful command to have in your toolkit. I think it's the most important command to have in your toolkit. And I always say, if you've got a really good heel command, all your other training will fall together. But if you don't have a really good heel command, all of your other training will start to fall apart. So to me, the heel command requires the most focus on us from the dog, and it's the deepest connection that we're going to have. And that's the command of choice when I'm going through dangerous areas or going through high levels of distraction, is this heel command. Once you're comfortable in walking around circles with her, we want to start doing some figure 8s, heel. And so again, leading with that inside foot and my left foot being my inside foot. We're now working some figure 8s around these cones. You don't have to have cones at home to practice this. You can have 2 kitchen chairs or even 2 books or any 2 objects that just give you 2 points of reference, going left around one of the objects and then right around the other and just crossing through the middle. That's our figure 8, and this is great because it allows for our dog to practice both left turns and right turns, staying in that heel position every step of the way. When we stop, good. We want that nice automatic sit, just like she nicely hit that sit right there. Really nice focus, and that's the dog's way of knowing, okay, clocking out of work now. That was tough. Now we can relax a little bit. Next, we showed the down. We want them to lay down right where they're at, not go find a spot to lay down. Sit. Let's try that again. Down. And if not, we're just stepping straight down on the leash like that. There you go. If we lead with our right foot, our outside foot, your dog should stay put in whatever position they're in. So in this case, the down position. So as I lead with my outside foot, she should stay put. As I now walk my circle around her, or even if I want to, practice dropping the leash, I wouldn't do this outside right now, but indoors where it's safe and she's not going to get away if she takes off, then you can, try this indoors. Right there, she got up. No big deal. When that happens, I usually, step on the leash and then grab it up, and we'll just no, down, make our correction. And as I said that word no, I just pressed on the leash, no, down. And again, pretty supportive. She wants to please. No, for the most part, she wants to please. I'm a little tangled here. Come here. Sit. Down. No. Down. No. Down. Heel. No. Heel. No. Heel. Good. Down. Good girl. Leading with the outside foot, she should stay put. There you go. Good girl. That's a tough one. She got it. Nice. And now with the inside foot, heel. There you go. She really likes to be with you, so probably the hardest one for her to do is staying in place as we get further away from her. And that's normal for a very supportive dog if they have a fault at all. It's that they get a little clingy to the people that they love. And although they're very affectionate, they can get pretty anxious if you're not right there with them sometimes. Sit. Good girl. There you go. But if you got to have a clingy dog, you might as well have one that's cute and lovable like this. Still, we're always trying to build self-confidence and lower anxiety. We like to take advantage of any opportunity we have to build a dog's confidence and lower anxiety through fears and phobias. Any young dog is going to get spooked by things that they're not familiar with. That's not a question of, what they get spooked by, but how quickly can they, recover from it, and how quickly can they get over it. It tells us a lot about their character. And again, I'm really proud to say she did a super job with that. We worked awful hard on keeping her from pulling, and we call this the unspoken command. You'll see in the video that we do a lot of this too around parks and stuff. It's not always practical to heel everywhere you go. The heel's not designed to do it all the time. It's really designed for short, intense periods, so a lot of distraction or some danger, or even just to practice on occasion, but it's not designed to do all the time. Instead, we just give the release word, okay, and now she's in what we call the unspoken command. And the unspoken command is just a simple rule of never get to the end of the leash at any time for any reason. So right there, right before she does, we're going to proactively tug in the opposite direction she's going. So if she's going ahead of us, we're tugging back. If she's going to the right, I'm going to tug to the left. She's going to the left, I'm going to tug to the right. And she's lagging behind, I'm going to tug forward. But the idea is, as I begin to move, she should be aware enough of me that she keeps some slack in the leash at all time. This is actually Hattie's job, to keep slack in a leash at all time. My job, right there, is to make sure she does her job. If she isn't going to keep slack in a leash at all times, right before she reaches the end, I proactively tug, and you can see now, after I caught her that last one, she's paying a lot better attention to me. So I don't feel like you always have to be ahead of your dog to be the leader. She could be ahead of me, but as long as she's aware of me and she's aware of keeping some slack in that leash and keeping an eye on me if I begin to move and she starts to move with me, that's really all I want from a dog on a walk. In this way, we can both enjoy ourselves, and she's not trying to pull me, but at the same time, she can cast a little to the right and cast a little left, and she can sniff the ground a little bit, and she can enjoy the day, just like us. When I'm working the heel command, my dog's working the heel command too. We're both kind of working when we give the heel command, but when we give this unspoken command, this is just an idea that we can just enjoy each other's company and enjoy our sights and sounds and smells of the season without having to worry about her taking off and running. Now, she's going to try this a lot, and you'll see in the video. And she's a young dog, and this is her first summer, and there's squirrels everywhere, and there's pickleball courts that we walked by today. She was pretty enamored by all those balls and all the sounds that that was making. And there's just always going to be something that's going to cause her in these early stages to try to get to the end of the leash. That's why I say, you know, her job is to keep slacking the leash, and our job and your job as you practice is to make sure she's doing her job. And again, you just proactively tugging right before she reaches the end of the leash at any time. For any reason. So for right now, the practice that I would have you do is practicing that, you know, going for walks, and you could do a lot with that. We talk about stop and go training. So if she's really bent on getting to the end of the leash at some time, instead of continuing to try to walk, just stop moving altogether, make it really clear that we're not taking another step until you give up on trying to pull me. And when you finally give me some slack in the leash and you quit trying to pull me, then maybe we can continue on our progress again. You know, that's going to be very helpful in your training. I would also recommend, you know, practicing the heel command indoors at first. So don't even try heel command outdoors yet. Instead, structure it indoors to where you can really have a nice little course like figure 8 pattern like we've got here, and you can really get yourself comfortable with the position and the techniques, and she can get used to working for you before you start getting into higher levels of distraction. Always remember, the higher the distraction level, the harder it is for your dog to do the command. The command doesn't change, it's still a sit command, but it's one thing to have a dog sit on command for a treat in your living room. It's a whole nother thing to have your dog sit, you know, maybe in the middle of a parade or something like that, right? So it's just a level of distraction that we're always trying to build through. The art of dog training is to create a challenging but doable environment for you and your dog to train in each and every session. If they're not making any mistakes at all, it's too easy. If they're making nothing but mistakes, it's too hard. Somewhere in between is what you're looking to do. And her heel command's looking really good right now. But if we want to put a little bit more distraction into it, just as an example, I can take a few of these treats, right? And we can maybe even let her have one for free because she is such a cute dog. Nice sit, and I'll reward that one. But these ones now, I'm going to toss out here on the floor. Sit. Sit. And now when I say heel, you can bet, no heel, that has put a lot more distraction into the mix. And you can already see, oh, no heel, that it's going to take me some time to convince her not to try to go for those treats. And I'm glad she's doing this now. She must be getting hungry toward the end of the day. And those treats taste pretty good, but you're not allowed as a dog to have a treat during the heel command. No heel, no heel. And she knows that, but the temptation is there for her to try to break the position and go to them. And this is why we work through it like we are. No heel. No heel, no heel. And I'm going to continue to do that until she gives up on trying to get to them. And then I'm going to show you something that she's going to like and you're going to like too, but she's going to have to work for it. No heel, no heel, no heel, no heel, no heel. Sometimes a dog thinks her name is no heel for a while. That's all right. Keep saying it. This will help you later with off-leash control. Good. Good girl. And okay. So at the end, I give the release word, and of course now she can have them. But during the heel command, she can't have them. And this is really important for a dog to understand, you know, the difference when, you know, they're off the clock and they're just on the one rule command, the unspoken command, and don't get to the end of the leash. As long as the leash reaches, she can lower her nose and have anything she wants. But when I give the heel command, nose has to be up, focus has to be on me. Don't worry about it. If there's a T-bone steak beneath your nose, just leave it alone. And this way later, if you're, you know, serving as a therapy dog team, maybe at a nursing home, and you see something on the floor, it might even be somebody's medication or something, and you give that heel command, your dog, after doing this sort of thing, will get to the point where they'll keep their head up and they won't lower their head for anything, and you can maybe save them from picking up some medication sometime along the way. So these are the things I'd like you to practice for now, and then, like I say, after you get a chance to view the video and maybe give it a day or two practice, let's set up your private session and have you come back next week for an hour with me to where I can really coach you through and get you on your way. And from that time on, we're going to start inviting you to come back for some of the drop-in classes that we talked about. So you're going to get 5 of those to do at your leisure. So we'll talk to you about that when you come. Anyway, thanks for your trust in us, and thanks for watching. We hope that you enjoyed seeing her progress, and I know that she's only halfway there, so I'm excited to see myself where she's going to end up at the end of the program. She's a gifted dog, she's a young dog, but she's a smart dog that I think is going to do great things. So again, thanks for your trust in us, and thanks for watching, and as always, happy training. Okay, Hattie, good girl, good girl. Good sit. Good. All right. So, just going to enjoy a little light walking and maybe a little obedience along the way, but mainly I want her to come out here today, and beautiful spring day. Just learn the one rule, as always: never do that. Get to the end of the leash at any time for any reason. But other than that, we're loosely connected. I'm not trying to tell her exactly where to be and exactly what to do. I want her to actually get out there and kind of explore a little bit within reason, right there, keeping that reason. Just a quick little pop right before she reaches the end. Not like a pull, but a pop. Just give that little springy tug and release, and that spring action, get your point across without being too harsh, and you can see it's working. So I'm not using even the remote button right now to assist, because I only have 2 hands. One being the leash and the other being the camera. So the remote is in my pocket, but if I had 2 hands, I would use one of them to have my finger, my thumb, in my case, I like to use on the vibration button on the remote. So it's just, here we go. It's just like this, right? Now I've got, pardon the camera, but I can do the vibration in conjunction with the tug right there, and I get even better results with less effort. And the beauty of it is later I can even do this off leash if I want to keep a dog close or get them conditioned to the idea that we're gonna. There we go. That time I used the nick. It's got this little S button up here, right there again. There we go. That's, got you again. She wants to hurry up and get places. Typical at this age. That tire looked like something she really wanted to sniff, and I'm using the button in conjunction with the tug, and it's giving me great results right now. So it's just now about timing. I'm going to walk around, let her be just about that far ahead of me, and each time you see me pull the leash, I'm also tapping that little black button above the red button here on your remote. So you've got it at 48. This little black button represents a pre-measured dose of the red button, which is below it. So the red button's continuous. As long as I'm holding it, she'll get a correction. But I find that this little black button is perfectly timed for just the right moment of tugging on the other end of the leash at the same time, so that I can get her conditioned. Here she's locked into a scent, so as I begin to walk away, she should pull out. If not, boom, boom, right there. I did 2 taps on the T button to get her moving. So rather than pulling her at all that time, I was able to just use a T button. My leash is a little tangled up, and over time, now having 3 things going with my hands, I hope to talk her into walking out of that leash that's now between her 2 paws. Here again, sniffing. I'm going to keep moving. There's one paw. Come on. Almost. Oh. If it wasn't for the camera, I would have had it underneath that next paw. But you can reach down and make them sit and undo it a lot. But as you get into training dogs longer, you want to get to the point where... Sit. There, I got it. Yes, sit. Good. Okay, well, you don't have to always bend down and undo leashes. There we go. Using that tap right before she reaches the end. She's wound up. And why not? I mean, beautiful day. We got out there power washing his driveway. But each time you see her turn her head, I'm tugging this leash back and I'm popping her with that T button at the same time. Right there. Oh, she's got one leg over the leash again on me. Here's another prime sniffing zone. We're going past this now. She needs to be with me. She's not there. One little T button and she's on her way. Or S button. I'm sorry. The T button is the tone. There we go. Now the T button's working. The S button is the pre-measured dose there. That's it. There. Now we're actually enjoying a walk together. So she can be curious, and you see she definitely still is. Her head's turning back and forth, but she's not lunging to take me over to smell that car tire now. Come on. And she's locked into that scent again. This is another prime marking area, and this is where a lot of dogs want to stop, is to see where other dogs have peed and what their name is and what they had for breakfast. Who knows what they're learning, but come. Sit. Good. Sit. No. Sit. There, I use the little S button, and that's why she's scratching now. In conjunction again with the pull. Sit. Just getting her conditioned. Nope. Sit. Each time I pulled, I'm tapping that button. Getting her conditioned to the remote. Good girl. Okay. Back into more relaxed mode. Just don't get to the end of the leash. Let's just enjoy a walk. This is a lot of the training. There's another marking area. It's just coaching through your normal neighborhoods. There's so much for a dog to learn through here. I don't have to go to a park where there's 50 people right now. She's distracted enough where there used to be 50 people and other dogs, you know what I'm saying? So it's just the distraction level of a young dog is not very high. And she's inexperienced at doing this in a controlled manner. And I want every step to be kind of that controlled manner. Good, like it is now. Check back on me. Now she's wondering what I'm thinking. This is what I like about a trained dog. Instead of just doing what she wants, there she quit sniffing, got moving before I got near the end of the leash. A couple little reminders there not to get to the end of the leash going forward again. But we're just keeping her kind of reined into this idea of relaxed but controlled. You know, we're not going to run ahead. We're not going to lag behind. We're not going to try to drag me right or left. We're going to be prepared to subtly adjust speed and direction according to the person holding the leash from behind. It doesn't have to be behind the dog or ahead of the dog to be the leader. You could be behind the dog to be the leader. And you can tell I am now, but that's because she's not pulling and she's, you know, going the direction I want to go.
On the third row.
All right, so here we are, ready for a field trip. Topanga is going to lead the way today, and we are taking Hattie for a little field trip out here to our favorite haunt called the Jorgensen's YMCA. And we've got a beautiful day to enjoy. Plenty of sun. See a guy back there jogging with his dog. Maybe we'll run into him later. You ready to go for your walk? You ready to go for a walk? All right, let's go. So right now we're just working that one unspoken command. The idea is that a dog should learn never get to the end of the leash at any time for any reason. And so now we are just subtly reinforcing that rule by proactively tugging in the opposite direction she's going if she does indeed get near the end of the leash at any time for any reason. Right there. We did go ahead and put a prong collar on her this morning. She just is feeling a little rambunctious and trying to get too much life at once. And so we're slowing her down a little bit with the use of the prong collar, and it's helping us quite a bit. I don't see her needing this for long term, but short term, this stage in her life and all the distractions that she's going to face, we're going to use that to our advantage right there. So this unspoken command only has the one rule, and she can be to the right, she could be to the left, she could be in front, she could be behind. She just can't get to the end leash at any time for any reason. And so this is a nice, enjoyable command. It doesn't take a lot of work from either one of you, but it's not always the one you want to use. If you see a lot of distraction or if there's a dangerous area, then we're going to want to utilize the heel command, and we'll be demonstrating that to you in just a few minutes. All right, so now we're going to work through this section in the heel command, and this is much more strict than the unspoken command of never get to the end of the leash at any time for any reason. This one has all kinds of rules, and we're looking for the dog to stay exactly in position every step of the way. And that position is, as you can see, on the right, and she shouldn't sniff the ground or be too far ahead. She should just work right on through there. Good. And just do an about face and go past these people the other way. See how she does with this jogger coming alongside. Heel. No. Heel. Heel. No, heel. No. Heel. Good. No, heel. No, heel. No, heel. Good. No, heel. Good. Good girl. No. Heel. Good. No. Heel. Good. Lots of little reminders through here. Sit, but there's lots of distractions, and that's why. Oh, sit. We got our pickleball court. Let's get a shot of that. Good. Oh, sit. Sit. No, sit. Heel. No, heel. No. heel. Good. No, heel. Good girl. No, heel. No, heel. Good. Good girl. Very nice. Sit. Good. Okay. Okay, good job. All right. Okay, go ahead and start if you haven't. Yeah, you already. Sit. Good. No. Sit. No. Sit. In this case, it's a healthy habit of waiting patiently. No. Or not so patiently. In this case, sit. Good. Hup. There we go. Nice. Good girl. Yeah. So if you keep doing it like that, it becomes a healthy habit. And in time, you don't even have to say anything. They just do it right. So keep at it and make it a healthy habit. Good sit. What a good girl. Good dog. Yeah, what do you think of that? What do you think of that girl on wheels? Sam's gonna get you.
Oh, Sam. Not while I'm going backwards, please.
Ah, no jumping. No jump. Ah, I need her button now. I should have thought of that. She started off so good. Now I got her. Gotcha. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
No.
Good girl. There you go. Good dog.